Oh man, it seems like we've been gone forever. But here we are, back at the farm. Peanut Celebration 2024, no mas. Park setting their sights on the Boysenberry Festival, which is coming up in just a matter of weeks. With all that going on, there's still work to be done at the park. Camp Snoopy still has to be moving forward. The hotel is pretty much in the final sprint of its marathon. And we're gonna go look at all that stuff too. Maybe see some possible hints for Scary Farm. Just see what the park vibes are now that we are once again right in the middle of an off season where Knott tends to really pump the brakes and refurbish rides and beautify parts of the park that need to be done before the next season of fun begins. All that being said, let's do what we always do. Let's go take a look at that beautiful, beautiful Knott's Hotel. So that little barn doors, or that little shed door is closed now, so there's a possibility they could have taken everything out of there unless they're moving it out the other side. The lighthouse is gone, the shark is all bagged up over there, and the whole front facade is hasta la bye-bye. The waxworks facade's still out here in the front. No idea what they're gonna do with that, if they're gonna put it back or whatever, but what could this possibly be this year, guys? We will find out soon-ish. So here's the back side of the courtyard that they're still prepping. I'm not sure if the courtyard's actually open yet. It doesn't look like it. But what is open is this little back entryway now where the gift shop and the restaurant are. So I really like this design of the doors here to kind of make it look like almost like a barn. This is a big entryway. They got all this stuff painted. They got it completed. So that looks fine. They're working on, hopefully, these will fill out. And that'll probably cover a lot of the cinder blocks here, at least 6 feet up. Or maybe it's about 5.5 feet, something like that. But when those fill out and they complete, it's gonna look really super cool. If you haven't been in the little gift shop yet, it's a basic little hotel gift shop. Some merch and snacks and medicine and whatever. Basic hotel gift shop. I like the windowed facade though. Berry place. Now, it's still closed out here, so they're still working on some stuff, but for the most part, that's what you're getting. Cool little courtyard. Fantastic. I love it. I like the lights on the ceiling here too, these little ball lights. That's a cool idea for a design. I think that's what it looks like in the outdoor seating section of the restaurant too. Front entrance is almost done. The rest of the lobby's done though. Big old bar in the Starbucks. Get your morning coffee in. I'm sure you've seen plenty of footage in here already, but it's gratuitous at this point, right? All right, let's move outside. I'm also assuming that these signs are gonna eventually go away and be replaced by something that doesn't say Knott's Berry Farm Hotel, but just rather Knott's Hotel, and has the new little Knott's Hotel logo with the little leaf on there. Just my assumption, but I'm sure that's probably gonna happen. And then eventually they'll put these lights back on the trees, maybe replace them and wrap the trees again in lighting to make it be so pretty. So that's currently where we're at. They're putting these little, looks like down lighting on the palm trees over here on the right of the pathway. That's gonna look kind of cool. It'll light up the shrubbery and stuff on the right-hand side. And then the lights that they have wrapped around the trees in the center will probably stay. It's real close. They still have a little bit of ways to go with the fireplace. They finally finished putting all of that wood up along the backside. That was just metal structure for a long time. I don't know if they're having trouble laying the gas line in there or what, but they finally got the outside of it done, so they're probably gonna put that faux brick on it next. I'm assuming when we come back next time, that will probably be looking like the rock work at the entryway here, so it'll all kind of match and whatnot. But that's where we're at. This is kind of the last phase before they put the big logo up in the top, before we get our not so brand new Knott's Hotel. My days of covering the hotel are pretty much limited now. The only thing left to do is going to be to stay here, right? Which we plan on making that reality here within the next couple months, I think. Yeah, it's exactly what we thought it was going to be. Super awesome. Let's jump through the turnstiles and see what's going on inside of the merriest of farms, Knott's. And if you were not aware, they reopened the Emporium store, complete with the summer garb and all of the accoutrement for the seasons that you've grown accustomed to and loved. So the Emporium store back open again, doing its thing. Also the candy parlor. So what are we thinking is going to be happening to this entrance here after Camp Snoopy's all done? over the summer. Do we think they're going to work on it at all during the summer? It gets really hot here. It's hot enough as it is in this area, just in general. Do you think this is going to be something that they wait on until it cools off a little bit? Because I think having the construction crews out here in the blazing heat in this oven, it's kind of cruel and unusual punishment, huh? But I don't know. Peanut sign's still up 3 days later. Says the gang's all there. We'll find out. And if you're not too privy to the goings on outside of Knott's, just kind of the surrounding areas here, the Cauldron is a really cool little bar that Andrea and I usually go to just during Scary Farm, but it's open year round, and they're opening up a new little section outside. They're kind of expanding the seating area, which is good because that place fills up so fast. But it's, you know, kind of themed like a little witch's cavern. It's a really cool little spot. So if you're down here, it's right across the street. Like Knott's is right here. If you're down here and you don't want to go to Knott's or whatever, the Cauldron, great alternative. Get some drinks, get some food. It's a cool spot. And speaking of what's going on right outside of Knott's Berry Farm, there's a claim jumper just across La Palma, on the corner of Beach and La Palma there. And if you head over to there and you see sharing that parking lot is Sally's Tree Swing, along with parts for the Tender Paw coaster that are just getting prepped and ready to be set over in the other side of the park there. So you got beams in the background there, you got the tracks here in the foreground, and then the tree swing here. If you look, it's pretty cool. You can see the seats on the ends seem to be a little bit bigger, so adults can ride this with their kids too. It won't be like airmail, where there's a certain size you can't ride it if you're too tall. This is going to allow for parents to be riding on the ends as well, so that's awesome. It also looks like it fits quite a bit. What is that? 16 people can fit on this at once. So maybe it'll do good at eating the lineup. So that's pretty awesome. A little glimpse into the very near future here. So with Knott's opening at 11 now, the gates have a tendency to get a little backed up at opening, as you saw when I was shooting the entrance a second ago. But if you look 15 minutes later, and the lines are already on the inside of those box offices, and it's already kind of calmed down. So because they open an hour later, they open like at 10 a.m. and they don't let people in a half hour early. It's kind of best to get here 15 to 20 minutes after if you plan on doing a quote-unquote rope drop, just so you miss having to stand in that oven. Also, another thing, if you noticed, Knott's merged with the Bank Westcom, so they're going to turn this little, what used to be the California shop, right here at the security entrance, they're going to turn that into a branch. So that's going to become a Westcom Bank now, right here at the entrance. All right, first things first, we're going to go look at Ghost Town because Ghost Rider is closed. I made mention earlier that because this is a downtime for the park, a lot of rides are going to be closed up so that they can get ready for the storm that's going to be coming soon, within just a matter of weeks. And with that storm, they bring these booths back, and they're basically going to keep these here for the entirety of the year, with the exception of, I believe, for Halloween season, they get rid of them because they need all this room for the scare actors and stuff. And they don't want, it gets cluttered enough in here as it is. They don't want to create even more hazards. So one thing they are doing at a couple different parts of the park is repaving segments of concrete, which is not a bad idea. Now, they're not making it the same as, it's a little different, like it's smooth. It's not the same like kind of rocky terrain as here, but they are redirecting everybody to go say hi to Sad Eye Joe. Hello, Sad Eye Joe. Work our way around the back here through the eerie back alley of a ghost town. I'm very sad that they took our piggies away. I was looking forward to watching them grow up to be big, full-grown piggies. 340's gone, which means that the tracks are being worked on over here now. So they finally got all the way around to the station, try to fix the railing over here. But also, here's another chunk of the concrete that they're working on at the moment. But as you can see, it's smooth. It's not the same kind of, I mean, I guess it may end up being the same kind of pavement that's there now, but they're just, keeping it safe. I don't think there's any really hidden meaning behind this or anything. This is just things that the parks do to make sure people don't get hurt or anything. So the goose is hanging out, but if you look down very far, you can see that looks like that's where they are now with the track replacements. Almost here, although they still have to go all the way to the other side, I believe, because they have so much cross traffic throughout the day. This is probably something they're gonna have to do after hours, I'm assuming, just to get this part done, which is not gonna take a long time, but I'm assuming that that's not gonna be done in broad daylight for us to see. This dude's back here eyeballing the heck out of this water tower here too, next to the track, and taking pictures and stuff of it. So who knows, they might be doing something with that water tower too. So they've already taken down all of the set for Snoopy's rooftop concert, and they've put all the stuff out here in the front and got the stuff all ready for the Knott's Preserve show that they're going to be doing for the Boysenberry Festival this year. That was very quick work. I applaud them on that. I did not see this last year, although I hear that it's very good. So I'm going to make sure that I don't do... I'm going to try not to make the same mistakes twice this year and try to catch all the things that I wasn't able to get last year. Last year I wasn't able to get the Snoopy's rooftop show, but I did catch it this year and I really liked it. So I'm assuming it's going to be pretty much the same thing here for this show as well. Running 2 cars on the mine ride today. That's pretty impressive for a Wednesday in the off season. I'll tell you what, it's hot out here today, and we can definitely use the likes of something like this. Are they reinforcing this turn here? That's what it looks like. There's a bunch of like elbows over here on the outside of the flume, all the way along the whole track. So it looks like what they're working on now. I'm hoping that this is almost clear for takeoff because, oh my goodness, I just noticed the at the bottom of the drop is gone. They completely took it out. So that's got to be replaced too. So hopefully that gets done quickly and we can move forward on opening this ride again. Every time it goes, I miss it so much. This is one of my favorite rides to do here by myself, just because it's long and I like the little mist that you get. I'm not so fond of the wet socks at the end. They've been working on this for almost 2 months now, right? Almost a month and a half. So I'm assuming most of the internal work is done, and because they have all these little pieces here scattered throughout the outside of the flume, that this is where they're going to focus their attention on next. Just like they did last year, how the last thing they did was work on the plastering on the flume. So I'm assuming that this is going to be the last thing they work on, and it'll be open here within a matter of weeks. What is this? It's on the entrance to the mine, to the log right. Does anybody know what this is? It's covered up. I don't know. Is it a drinking fountain or something? And we now return to our regularly scheduled Snoopy. Yes, Sky Cabin's closed today too. Gosh dang it. But accelerator's open, and it's only wait time of 15 minutes. So it's soaking up the Ghost Rider line. Ghost Rider was open too. This would probably be 5 minutes. Coasters is still closed too, and they're still in there painting and doing whatever they're doing. But if you look, they're redoing the floor and stuff inside of coasters. They still got a long ways to go. They still say March. March isn't that far away. But, I don't know if they're going to retile the floor or not, maybe. I'm assuming, yeah, retile the floor, put the seats back in, and open this bad boy up. Get some coaster burgers. And while you're waiting for coasters, you can always just ride Coaster Rider. For the record, the screams were not coming from Coaster Rider, but they were coming from Accelerator and Hang Time. As you can see, zoop! Hang Time is a screamifying good ride. Walking through the park, look what this guy runs into. Crash Zero.
What is cracking?
This is what happens when you go ahead and you just kind of go off script and you don't go on a Monday or Tuesday. You end up on a Wednesday. You meet up with awesome people.
Yes.
He just told me something nuts. I don't know if you want to tell everybody here.
Let's just say one of Zoom's speculation about whether it's going or staying. From what I'm hearing around the farm, Zuma is staying.
Oh snaps! Wait for it.
Wait for it.
It's
Not from me, but from
sweet.
Knott to South. That's what I'm hearing around the farm. I could be wrong. They could be wrong, but so far they've been on cue.
So get excited, people.
Yes.
It's about to go down. Well, here's your Roaring 20s, guys. It's roaring. Roaring back in the back, forgotten part of the park here, where probably they have the best food, that's for sure, at the prop shop. But not the most amount of people. That'll all change for Scary Farm, as it always does. And they still got the dynamite blocked off, but they are blowing them up. So I don't know if they're going to trigger them with these anymore or what, but they are, you know, these things are working. So they're just not triggered with the dynamite over on this side anymore. The boxes are closed up. Some of them look like they're working though. But they, because they're timed, they don't really hit everybody all the time. I started getting my hopes up too much that this would be open every time we came. But it's been open one time in the last like 4 visits I've made. It must be a staffing thing, but my God, do I want a Sasquatch dog right now. And on the topic of old attractions that may be reopening, I've heard just slight whispers as well that they might be doing something with the Mystery Lodge here fairly soon. I don't know how stable or true those rumors are, but I personally would love to see the Mystery Lodge come back. I don't know about y'all, but once again, every little attraction this park can get is gonna help. So could we soon be able to walk down this corridor to the backside and watch another crazy supernatural archaeology show? One can only hope. They're getting all the little tables out here ready too for the Boysenberry Festival. You know, out here they have a lot of the different ales, beers, brews, boysenberry themed, some not boysenberry themed. Just kind of get your kicks. And then they open this bad boy up and it's like a little tasting area. That's always just a nice little place to relax if you can find a table and get some good drinksies for spring/summertime. Sometimes I just follow groups of workers around in hopes that they lead me somewhere that to something that I never noticed, but this looks like they're just going backstage. So I follow them as far as I can follow them. And I believe Birdcage Theater this year is going to be playing host to Riverboat Revenge for the 3rd year in a row, I believe, right? Something like that. 30. It will be the 3rd year that I will have known that it's playing here. But it'll be nice to get that back again too. I don't know if you guys haven't seen it. That is a show that I have seen, and I very much enjoyed. So I give it my endorsement. They also never have the museum open anymore either, which is kind of a shame. If you've never been in there, that place is pretty cool. It's right next to the stables. It's got a bunch of old artifacts and stuff from the 1800s. That was a really cool spot that I used to take Jensen when he was too little to ride a lot of stuff and we needed more things to do. But that place is never open anymore either. Also caught word today that the stage that's used in the Calico Saloon to house a lot of the shows and stuff that they used to have in there is going to be kaput. They're no longer going to be doing shows on the stage in here, which is a bit of a shame. It kind of sucks because those shows, they were entertaining, especially while you wanted to just kind of sit in there, cool off in the summer and drink. So with the good news, sometimes you get the bad. Surely you plan on growing boysenberries for your Boysenberry Festival, yes? So as far as the Camp Snoopy store goes, they got rid of the clock that was ticking up there and they painted the area where it was going to be. So that clock is gone. They painted the entire exterior of the store and that clock is no more. The signage is still over there collecting spider webs, but they are changing a lot around the outside, which is interesting. And as you can see, right on the other side of those walls, the Tenderpaw coaster, looks like they're mapping out where all of the postings are gonna go and get ready to bring all those tracks and stuff over from across the street. But they've leveled out the ground there, which is nice. And it looks like they finished cutting the trees that they're gonna cut, which means they are gonna leave some, which is nice. But they still have a ways to go, obviously. I wanted to get on the stagecoach, but I went by at noon and there was nobody there. And now it's 12:30 and it's already a 30-minute wait. So no stagecoach for me today. That being said, I get kind of, you get the idea of what it's gonna be over here. And also, speaking of working on all these things at the same time, the Huff and Puff, all the track is taken out, but that's just kind of sitting dormant right now. I think they gotta finish. It looks like they took all the track out over by the trucking company area as well. So now it's to the point where they're just gonna have to cut all of that landscaping out and map the track to go around where Montezuma is at this point and figure out what's going on from there. But we'll keep our eyes on that progress as well. So much to look at over here. So much to look at. Ferris wheel's all gone too. No idea what they did with it, where they put it, where it's going, but this is what it looks like over here now. Like I said, they already got the Happy Swing over here ready to go. So I guess all they got to do is just kind of get the foundation set and then bring the Happy Swing over here. This might be the first thing that's done. So even though Dragon Swing's still down, the party's here in Fiesta Village. Fiesta Village living up to its name today. And I know that the carousel was down yesterday too, but it's back up today. I think everything here is working except for the Dragon Swing. There's plenty of people wandering around. Lots of people at the park. You love to see it. So there's 340 out there just hanging out while they fix his home. Then 341, if you look, or just 41 I guess is what it's inside the garage there. So both the trains are back here now. So looking around the backside of Ghost Rider, they've got the train with the water bags. It's just been kind of sitting here for a while. They've got dudes up on the stairs up there overlooking it, and then they got a guy here in the back. So I'm not sure what exactly is happening, like what they're actually testing. I guess just testing the or maybe they're just recalibrating. Is that a thing that they do? Just recalibrate the hook system to take them up the lift there? Either way, that's what they're doing while this ride is down. Don't judge me. Well, Knott's is doing what Knott's is always doing. A fantastic job at what they do, and what they do is what they do. If that makes any sense. I am looking forward to Boysenberry Festival. I'm already pre-gaming a little bit with a couple boysenberry tarts and some cheesecake and some cake pops, and this is for the family, this is not for me. Speaking of family, it is that time of day to go pick up the kiddos from school and take them to baseball practice. Until we meet again, we will catch you all on the flippity flop.